Flipys Tesla, Let's Invent the Future Episode 1 review for the PlayStation VR.
Let's begin!
First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. In this game you play as a new student who has just arrived at a school called Tesla. Here you will be conducting experiments. To move around the world you will be teleporting, there is no free movement and the game does only use snap turning. Most of the time you will need to teleport to certain objective spots that are marked on the ground. You will also need to create inventions out of objects. These are very easy puzzles though, and don't take too much thought. You either snap pieces together or place pieces in a certain order. Some objects you will need to use for your experiments are found in a case, which acts as your inventory. You can bring this up at any time. You won't ever feel at a loss on what to do next though, as the game does hold your hand quite a bit, and does actually tell you exactly what items you should use next from your inventory. That is basically it for the gameplay. It is a very short game, which I will speak about later on. Now let's take a look at how immersive this game is. The graphics are quite crisp, but the school's environments are quite bland. There is a part when you are able to explore a small area of the school, but there isn't really much to see. There isn't really any character development, so unfortunately, you don't really feel any emotion when one of the characters is in trouble. Luckily, the characters' animations are done very well, and are the star of the show. The moods they are in are exaggerated by their arm movements, and are expressed quite nicely in their voiceovers.
And this is Tesla, the school where the scientists of the future are born.
This hologram represents the areas of knowledge, all the scientific disciplines that you'll learn. Botany, chemistry, anatomy, everything.
There is quite a long loading screen to begin with, and the music isn't the best. It's on a loop and I found it to be a bit annoying. You will most probably want to wait for it to finish loading before putting the headset on. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I played this game in a standing position just over 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was perfect and the game did not give me motion sickness. You really do need to stand for this game, as some of the objects you need to interact with are very low down. Your chair and floor will most likely prevent you from grabbing objects if you are seated. This game can be played with 1 move controller or 2 move controllers. It's obviously best to play with 2 move controllers, as you are then able to use 2 hands instead of 1, which makes the game more immersive. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. This is a short game. It took me about 15 minutes to reach the end. There isn't any replay value, and oddly the game does not come with any trophies, even though it is a game and not an experience. Not having trophies really is a missed opportunity in expanding the game's length. And now it's time for the verdict. This is episode 1 of a series. I actually quite like episodic games, but this game's ending is simply terrible. It just suddenly ends in the middle of an experiment. It has nowhere near the same impact such as games like Fated for Silent Oath, and this is mainly due to the lack of character development. The game is very cheap, so you don't expect an amazing lengthy storyline, but I feel that if a game does take the episodic route, they need something to entice you back to their world, and this game unfortunately doesn't have that key ingredient. This game is absolutely for a younger audience, more so than other PSVR games that have released so far. Kids may enjoy the brief experience, especially when watching the characters express themselves through their animations and testing their puzzle solving skills, so that may be worth the cheap admission price. But I think for everyone else, they won't find a very engrossing experience here and may want to skip class.
As my father used to say, a difficult thing needs time, an impossible thing just needs more time.
What do you guys think of this game? Do you like the episodic structure of games? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like this video and subscribe for more PlayStation VR content.